Springfield, Missouri, June 6, 1992. A quiet Saturday night settles over the city. High school seniors Suzanne Streeter and Stacy McCall celebrate their graduation with friends. Suzanne and Stacy, both just 18 years old, plan to spend the night together after the festivities. Initially, they consider staying at a friend's house, but plans change late in the evening. Instead, they decide to head to Suzanne's home, where her mother, Sherrill Levitt, awaits. Sherrill Levitt, 47, is a well-liked hairdresser known for her kindness and work ethic. The three women are last seen together around 2 a.m. on June 7th. Morning arrives, and friends expect to hear from Stacy McCall about their trip to a water park. But when calls go unanswered, concern slowly begins to mount. Stacy's mother, Janice McCall, tries repeatedly to reach her daughter on the phone. After several failed attempts, Janice McCall decides to drive to Sherrill Levitt's home. Arriving at 1717 East Delmar, she notices the cars belonging to all three women in the driveway. Janice knocks on the door but receives no response from inside. She tries the doorknob and finds the front door unlocked, a detail that immediately unsettles her. Inside, the house appears undisturbed, but the women are nowhere to be found. Janice calls out for Stacy, Suzanne, and Sherrill, but hears only silence in return. In the bedrooms, all personal belongings, purses, keys, and cigarettes, remain untouched. Even Sherrill Levitt's glasses, which she rarely took off, are left on her nightstand. Janice notices the women's cars, clothing, and money are all still at the house. Janice McCall's worry intensifies. Where could the three women have gone without any of their belongings? She searches the backyard and calls out again, but the silence is total. Feeling helpless, Janice contacts other friends of the girls for any news. Friends soon arrive at the house, each one growing more anxious as they find no sign of the women. One friend cleans up some broken glass from the porch light, thinking little of it at the time. Unknowingly, this innocent act may have erased a vital clue. Still, there's no sign of forced entry or a struggle inside the home. The only odd detail is an answering machine with several new messages left unheard. Desperate for answers, Janice McCall calls the police to report all three women missing. Springfield police respond quickly, led by Sergeant Alan Neal and Detective Mark Webb. Inside, officers carefully examine each room for any sign of what happened. They note the untouched belongings, the unlocked door, and the broken porch light. But if there was no struggle, could the women have left willingly? Detectives find no evidence of a getaway, no bags packed, no messages left behind. News of the disappearance quickly spreads through Springfield, stirring fear and speculation. Detectives begin canvassing the neighborhood, hoping someone saw or heard something unusual. Neighbors recall nothing out of the ordinary. No screams, no strange vehicles, no late-night commotion. Investigators search local hospitals and motels, but find no trace of the women. Flyers with the women's faces are posted around Springfield, pleading for information. The case draws the attention of the FBI, who join the local police in the search. Suzanne's brother, Bart Streeter, is questioned, but he was out of town that weekend. Detectives ask, did anyone have a motive to harm Sherrill, Suzanne, or Stacy? Sherrill Levitt's ex-boyfriend is interviewed, but his alibi is solid. Detectives re-examine the women's relationships, searching for any sign of trouble. But friends and family describe a loving, supportive trio with no enemies. Detectives consider a possible link to a series of burglaries in the area. But nothing is missing from the home. No valuables, no electronics. The porch light, broken during the night, remains a nagging mystery. Could the shattered bulb suggest a confrontation at the door? Investigators collect fingerprints from every surface, hoping for a match. But the home had been visited by over a dozen people before police arrived. The contamination of the scene complicates the investigation from the very start. Detectives revisit the timeline, searching for even the smallest anomaly. They confirm the women arrived home just after 2 a.m. But what happened next? A neighbor recalls hearing a strange noise around that time but can't be certain. Police expand the search to nearby parks, rivers, and abandoned buildings. Volunteers join in, hoping to find any sign of the missing women. Helicopters sweep the area, but no trace of Suzanne, Stacy, or Sherrill emerges. Weeks pass, and the case begins to draw national attention. Televised interviews with Janice McCall and Bart Streeter beg for the safe return of their loved ones. The FBI sets up a tip line, receiving hundreds of calls in the first month. Some tips point to suspicious individuals in the area, but none lead to a breakthrough. Rumors swirl. Was it a robbery gone wrong, or something more sinister? Detectives consider every possibility, but evidence is scarce and leads grow cold. Months later, a new theory emerges. Could the perpetrator have been someone the women trusted? A convicted kidnapper, Robert Craig Cox, becomes a person of interest. Cox, who had lived in Springfield, offers conflicting alibis for the night of the disappearance. When questioned, Robert Cox claims he knows what happened, but refuses to elaborate. Was Cox seeking attention, or did he truly hold the key to the mystery? Despite exhaustive searches, no physical evidence is ever found linking Cox to the women. The families of Suzanne, Stacy, and Sherrill struggle with the agony of not knowing. Community members gather for candlelight vigils, refusing to let the women be forgotten. Detectives re-examine the case year after year, hoping new technology might yield answers. DNA testing is performed on items from the house, but results are inconclusive. A possible sighting of the women in a nearby town proves to be a false lead. A psychic offers to assist, but investigators find nothing of value in her visions. Public interest in the case remains strong, with new tips arriving every year. Detectives follow up on every tip, no matter how improbable. But the truth remains maddeningly out of reach. Where are the Springfield Three? Each year, the anniversary brings renewed media attention and fresh grief. Detectives revisit old evidence, hoping something new might stand out. Some theorize the women were abducted by a stranger who entered through the unlocked door. Others believe the perpetrator may have been someone they knew and trusted. The house at 1717 East Delmar stands as a silent witness to what happened that night. In the years since, no physical evidence, no bodies, no clues have surfaced. Sherrill Levitt's family keeps her memory alive with yearly tributes. Suzanne Streeter's friends recall her wit, her smile, her love of animals. Stacy McCall's mother, Janice, continues to advocate for answers, never giving up hope. Over time, the case becomes one of the most perplexing in Missouri's history. The Springfield Three are remembered in documentaries, podcasts, and books. A reward is offered for information, but the silence remains unbroken. Detectives wonder, could a key witness still come forward, even decades later? Each new lead brings a flicker of hope, but so far, none have revealed the truth. Despite the passing years, the families of Suzanne, Stacy, and Sherrill refuse to give up. The Springfield Three remain missing, their absence felt in every corner of the city. Detectives hold out hope that time, or a guilty conscience, will finally bring answers. But until then, the mystery endures, an unsolved case that haunts a community to this day.